These are the notes for Algebra 1, Measure Up 7. Which value is a solution for the inequality 8 minus 3/4 times 2x minus 4 is less than 4? You have a couple of choices. Both of them involve using your calculator. You can test each answer by putting it in for x. So you would have something like 8 minus 3/4, open parentheses, and instead of 2 minus x, you would say 2 minus 0, because your first choice is 0, close parentheses, enter, and you get 6.5. Is 6.5 less than 4? No, it's not, so that's not your answer. So then if you did second enter, it would come back up, and you would change your 0 to -2. Enter. Do you get something less than 4? And 5 is not less than 4, so no. So then you would do second enter, and you would pull it up again, and you would change that to a -4, and you get 3.5. Is 3.5 less than 4? Yes, it is. There's your answer. You could also put everything before the y equal in everything before the equal sign or the inequality sign at y equal, and you would say 8 minus 3 divided by 4, open, 2 minus x, close. You would go to your table, and you would go to where x is 0, so let me have it start at 0. And at 0 at 6.5, 6.5 is not less than 4. Then go up to -2, 5, and then finally -4 is 3.5. Either way works. You're going to get the same answer. Number 2, what are the x-intercepts of y equal x squared minus 4? When you have an equation, you go to y equal. It's going to be x squared minus 4. X-intercepts are simply where it crosses the x-axis. So you could do zoom 6, and you can go, okay, well, it's crossing it twice, so that's going to rule out your first answer choice because it only has one, okay? So then if we look over here, it says 0, 2, and 2, 0. 0, 2, that's not part of your line, so it's not that one. So then we go, well, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, and -2, 0. So C is your answer. Number 3, it wants you to describe the graph x plus 3 times x plus 5. So you can go to y equal, clear it out, open, x plus 3, close, open, x plus 5. It wants you to describe the graph. So let's just go zoom 6 and look at it. All right, how does it open? Well, if you just look, you notice that it opens up. The open end of your graph is to the top, so it opens up. What about your x-intercepts? How many are there? There's 2. Where are they? Well, it's kind of hard to tell, and if you're not sure, you can always go back and put a 0 at y2 and go second calc 5 for intersect. Let it draw, enter, 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 and -3 is an x-intercept. And we know there's going to be a second one, so we're going to do this again. We found the one on the right, so second calc 5, go to the left side of your graph, enter, 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 and the other one is -5. Anytime they give you an equation and tell you to solve, you want to go to y equal. Everything before the equal sign goes at y1, so we have x squared plus 50. Anything after the equal sign goes at y2, so we have 100x. It does not matter what letter they have in the problem, you will use x if you're at the y equal screen. So then you're going to go second calc 5, second calc 5. You're going to give it a minute to draw, and you're going to go enter, 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 and it looks like it is 0.5. So you would go and look for 0.5. What is the y-intercept of 3x plus 2y equal 18? When they give you an equation and they want the y-intercept, you have to start by getting y by itself. So we're going to move the 3x, and it becomes 18. No, it doesn't. Okay, it's going to still have a 2y. 2y is equal to 18 minus 3x. Now everything gets divided by 2. And so you have y is equal to 9 minus 1.5x. Your y-intercept is always the number by itself. Therefore, your y-intercept is 9, and your answer for that problem is 9. You need to remember that anytime they talk about independent or dependent, it will either be words or letters. It will never be numbers. Your independent and dependent is not talking about a number. Independent is your X, dependent is your Y. Independent will be whatever is inside the problem. If they want you to simplify something like this, you're going to want to go to your calculator. You want to be at your home screen. And you're going to say, open 5 plus the square root of 2. To get your square root, it is second x squared. Now be careful here because you got to close to get out of your square root, and then you close your set of parentheses. Open your next one. So open 3 minus square root of 5, and I close to get out of my square root, and then I close my parentheses. If you have a newer calculator, you don't close to get out of the square root, you write arrow. So pay attention to your calculator. And we get 4.9. So what you would do is you would write 4.9 down here so you remember it, and you would take each answer choice, put it in the calculator, and see which one gives you 4.9. Very similar to the next one. We have x to the 4th times x to the 5th times x. So x rooftop 4, x rooftop 5, x, and we get a number. And then we would put the answer choices in. So x rooftop 9 does not give me the same number. It's not my answer. X does not give me the same thing. It's not my answer. X rooftop 10 gives me the same thing. So x rooftop 10 is my answer. Okay, so just put your problem in, write down the number, check all the choices. Same thing on number 9. Let's clear this out. We're going to factor x squared minus 5x plus 6. And we get a number. So then we check the choices. And the first one is x minus 2x plus 3. And that is not the same thing. The next one is x minus 2, x minus 3. And it is the same thing, so B is my answer. Okay, you're just putting them in and looking for the one that gives you the same thing. Okay, the last thing we need to talk about is we need to remember that parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines, you change the sign and flip the fraction for your slope. Lines that coincide, that means they are the same line. Coincide is right on top of each other, which means that they will be the same equation. Okay, both the slope and the y-intercept are the same. Lines that intersect just have some kind of different slope. Okay, so like if you had y is equal to 2/3 x minus 1, a parallel line would have a slope of 2/3. A perpendicular line would have a slope of -3/2. To coincide, it would have to be something that would reduce to 2/3 x minus 1. And to intersect, it would be anything else in front of x. 3/2 x would work. 2x would work. Anything other than 2/3 -3/2. Okay? All right, those are your notes, so you're ready to start your assignment.